Well, I waited for a very, very long time in that coffee shop. I get the feeling you don't trust me, mate. I have no idea why. I've never let you down in any universe. When I was your goalkeeper at Tame Valley, I won your penalty shootout for you to win the FA Cup. When I was your director of football at Manchester Central, I brought you in the players to take the team from League 2 all the way to Premier League glory. And now as your agent, I've given you amazing jobs. Ajax for one. I know that we don't like each other. That's what it is. But I don't understand why you wouldn't trust me. We really need to meet up. I've got information for you. Just let me know where you are and I will come and meet you. Take any precaution you want. You need to hear this information, but I can't give it to you over the phone.
Seriously, how does he keep on getting our numbers? I have to change my number again. It's doing my head in. I mean, I really feel like there's something up and our time could be up. I'm worried. Are you worried? Yeah, me too. I don't want to go to prison. I know you don't want to go to prison. You're still walking funny from last time. But seriously, man. I mean, we either have to get our heads down and hide or hand ourselves in, and I'm not handing myself in. But I also don't want to give up on our dreams and our football career. I don't want to rob the world of your cone placement skills. So, we've come to a new place, a new country. We've got great weather. Freaking freezing outside. But do you know what? This could be good for us. Low level, low profile, a bit of a challenge. Still get our teeth into a bit of football. But I can see the end game, mate. I can see and smell that end game. We're going to have to come up with something. We can't keep going on the run. We can't keep changing our identities. Which, by the way, I can't believe I let you do it again. So who am I? Odin. And you're what? Thor. Christ. Which is quite fitting, actually, for the club we're at. Anyway, let's get our heads down. First day at work tomorrow, and I want to start off in style. So hello and welcome to episode 21 of The Road to Anywhere. Mine and your Journeyman adventure, as always. Thanks for joining me. Sorry there's been a bit of a gap between 20 and 21. Loads going on. Tons going on. Too much going on, but thank you as always for returning. Your view is the most important thing. Now at this moment in time, it's 1st of December. It's about 3 days, I think, since the end of episode 20. And of course, if my trusty CCPO flashes up his mobile phone, you can see by a country freaking mile, you guys voted for me to go to Scandinavia. I've had the leagues running for a short time, I think, maybe a season or two. So they're all there, they're bedded in. Gone to the job centre, looked at the available jobs in that area. To get Denmark, Iceland, Norway, Sweden. I think Finland's on it as well, but there's no jobs available. And there's some good ones. I mean, there's a big Rosenborg in Norway, are a big club, aren't they? I mean, but I didn't want to go to a big club. I wanted a challenge, but I'm a geek. And if you know me, as soon as I looked at that list, one name stood out above all else. Plus, it just survived staying in the Norwegian Premier Division. On goal difference, of course it's Viking. How could I not apply for a job at a club called Viking, who've just finished 13th? So of course I applied, and of course I got it. Now then, we're going to jump forward to the 11th of March, mainly because I resigned that day and applied for it that day, and it took over a month for me to get it. I was the clear favourite, there was no issues with it, but it just took forever. So I got the job in January, and didn't know anything about him. I've heard of him. I am not the biggest Scandinavian player on Football Manager. I did a little brief stint in a Danish club, didn't I? And a Finnish club, I think, on last year's Journeyman. Personal saves, never bothered, I'll be honest with you. No, like, the main teams. That's about it. Now, of course, I've heard of a team called Viking, but I didn't know anything about them. But I have Googled them, and apparently they're one of the most successful teams in Norway. But this is the current history of the Journeyman, and you can see they haven't won a title for a long time, and of course nearly got relegated. But the season had just ended as well, so it's good timing for me, really. It fit really, really well. But I noticed there were some transfers already in place. Freebies, they brought some players in on a free. Some players were leaving on a free. They let a 17-year-old central midfielder go to the division below on a free, who was awesome. That's wounded me, I'll be honest with you. But I was excited for this because I don't know the league. I don't know what I'm coming up against. We're well into the save. I don't know what's going on. I was hoping for a challenge. Now, financially, they look okay. They're not in debt. That's a bonus. I don't know if this is good or bad in Norway, but they've got $1 million in the bank, 460 grand to spend, and they're not overspending on wages. This is a nice position to be in compared to what I went into at River. But again, I knew nothing, and I didn't just want to go out there and try and sign anyone because I haven't really scouted that much around here. So I felt, let's just try and work with the team I've got, because when I ran through it looked pretty good. I'll have a look at it in a bit. So of course this history might be a bit different than the actual history in real life, but it's a good history. 8 league titles, 6 cups, nothing on the European stage. Now we play at the SR Bank Arena, which looks really nice. I'll be honest with you, it looks like a really good stadium. I'm pleasantly surprised by it. We're playing a city called, right, we're going to butcher a lot in this episode, Stavanger, that's what I'm going for, which when I googled and found these images, looks like a port town. Beautiful place with massive cruise ships sailing into its harbour. So what a nice place to live. We've got good corporate facilities, because we've got a good stadium, good training facilities, good youth facilities. I mean, this club looks decent. Now I had sorted out the staff, but I've not been able to sort it all out. Putting that coaching team together was a nightmare. It's the biggest struggle I've had. It was easier in bloody freaking Asia, some of them countries like Malaysia. So I've not got around to finish it all. I try. As the season kicks off, I start on the scouting team next. Can't find a physio. That medical team, we'll have to wait for that. Hopefully, if I can improve the club's rep, I can get around to that next year. So it was a bit of a frustration, but I did make a schoolboy error because I didn't notice that the assistant manager was integrated into your coaching team. Very rare you see that, but it was. So I've just gone out doing the usual, found 7 coaches, 2 goalkeepers, 2 fitness, and 3 coaches, and then my assistant. And all the coaches signed first, and then when my assistant come to sign, they cancelled it because I couldn't have him. So I tried my best all year to try and expand it so I could bring an assistant in. They're not having it. I've had to play this whole season without an assistant manager, which is weird because you do rely on them for certain things, but then also quite cool because in a live com they're not pecking your head, make this sub, change this, do that. You get nothing, absolutely nothing. You have to do it all yourself. Not that I don't, but sometimes I do rely on them a little bit. So onto the season preview, and again I know a few of these teams. Obviously, is it Mulder because of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, being a United fan. I've heard of Bold Glimt, Rosenborg, I'd have called them. Lillestrøm, I've heard of them. Odd. Nah, anyone else? No, I haven't. So I don't know what I'm coming up against. And apparently, even though we were 13th, they've got us in 7th because I think we're a good sized club. So anything 7th or above, I'd be well happy with. And we've got no continental football. This is going to be a nice, easy season for me to get through a nice small league, the cup, the Norwegian Cup, and that's it. Now, I don't want to go for the entire squad. I've got a biggish squad. Again, I've taken everyone out the youth team, put them into the second team, promoted a few youngsters. If we look at the ages, you'll see they signed a few on a free. I mean, that 17-year-old, how's a 17-year-old been allowed to leave that was as good as him? I'll show him you. This is him. Now, obviously, on paper, he's not a worldie for a Premier League team, but for Norway, as a 17-year-old, he was like a 5-star. Why did they not re-sign him? Am I missing something? I don't know. I mean, hopefully we can bring him back one day because I thought he would have been brilliant. Anyway, back to our squad, arranged by ability, and I'm going to show you some of the main ones. We've got a left back here called Elvind, who looks really good. And we start looking at him, I've got some good players. Giuseppe Di Michele, 32-year-old Italian, looks really good for this level. A defender here, looks tidy, 31. This guy, Bruno, look at him. He's like a world-class AMC, 20 years old. Thomas here, Norwegian, 21. Got a defender called Rolf Cartoon Club. Rolf's Cartoon Club. Rolf Harris got done for being a fiddler, just like Jimmy Savile should have got done before he died, didn't and got away with it. I might have told you the Jimmy Savile story, but as kids, me and my mates, we wrote off to Jim Will Fix It to try and get in his show. Asked him to go down the Goonie slide. Thank God he never got back to us, because we all know what he was like. If you don't, Google Jimmy Savile. Then Rolf Harris as well. Rolf's Cartoon Club. I used to love drawing cartoons as a kid. He didn't let me on either, thank God. Anyway, right. Who else have we got here? He's a good little... Him, Lars Johan Sellas, 23-year-old Norwegian, finishing a 16. I'll take that, Sonny Jim. Midfielders, we've got Mr. Sorby. Look at that. He's good, isn't he? Look at his passing, his technique. I mean, this to me is a pretty good team. Fussell is quite good. Another defender here. I've got a couple of Christiansens, haven't I? And again, a bit of depth. Players like Christopher Berg and stuff. They're a good side. They just need organising. They've got a good coaching team now. They need my tactic, which I absolutely adore. And maybe we could do something. So when it came to pre-season, we played our second 11. Forgot to turn that off. I don't know why. Sometimes it just annoys me. Sometimes I do it. So obviously we've played them. And then I just sorted out 3 cruddy friendlies. Didn't really get much from it, I'll be honest with you. One was I had 2 because of affiliate. And 2 against 2 other teams that I've never heard of. 1 game we lost, so I didn't know what to expect, but I quite liked that. What was going to happen once proper football kicked off? We start going head to head with these teams. What can I get out of this group of players? Well, by the 1st of July, I was getting quite a lot out of these players, but it's still competitive. But at this moment, we were top, right? Started off fantastic. But what I loved about it at this point was how good we were. Lost 1, drawn 2, had won 10 games. 32 points, level with Valerenga, with Bold Glimt. Just 2 points behind us. With Mould not far behind us. We've lost. And then it's a good little league, I'll be honest with you. Very impressed. Very enjoyable. But what was enjoyable was I've got no one in the top 3 goal scorers. No one in the top 3 players. Which to me always says, got a good little team here. They're working as a team. Everybody's contributing. And I've rotated quite a bit. So these are the results. And yeah, I did rotate a little bit. Mainly because I had to. Because I've got a very good first team 11 with some very good fringe players. But I wouldn't say I've got a B team. I wouldn't say I've got the strength in depth. Especially in the middle of the pack. I think we really could have done with keeping that young midfielder. Because he would have got games under me. And we've struggled with injuries. And maybe guys coming back from injury. Because that medical team, I could not get a scout to fill that one spot. Not anyone I felt good enough. I just feel like we need to just be a little bit better rep-wise. But at this moment in the league, I cannot complain. And in the cup, at this point, I'm into the semi-final. Won every game. Now, you won't really know, but I pretty much tried my very best to pick a B team when possible. I think my goalkeepers had to play a couple of games here. I mean, main goalkeeper, Lee, he's played a couple of games. But apart from that, a B team did up until this point. But once you face them bad boys, B team. I'm going for this. I'm going for it, big time. A quick look at the team arranged by average rating, and you'll see I've got like guys scoring, but you can maybe tell by the appearances, other people are getting games. I've had to, and you can tell, look, injuries, fitness issues, and all that. It's been a struggle, but good. And some of the results, the amount of times I've had to say we were not the favourites there. Well, bloody done. And I love my tactic. I love the way it plays, and I've had a lot of success with it. But sometimes football's good. But on this, I have really enjoyed some of the play. Like, really enjoyed watching some of the games. Financially, you'll see we're now in debt. Money's gone out a little bit. But I don't think that's an issue. But what I've decided to do was hopefully build that scouting team. That's one thing I could improve a little bit. And that's the best I could do by now. So I've got 5 scouts in. Got a chief scouting. Got a recruitment analyst in. Got rid of the director of football, got rid of the technical director, I think a loan manager as well. The most pointless freaking staff role in the history of Football Manager /champ. But anyway, so yeah, once I got the scouting team in, I've gone through every club in top flight, looked at all their young players, scouted them, and then started scouting all the other young players I can find that are Norwegian, Danish and Swedish and Finnish, and the odd Icelandic as well. So I'm hoping by the end of the year, there might be a couple of bargains, and at least I'll have some knowledge on some good young players. I'm going down that full-on youth route, like under 20 youth route if I can. It's now the 25th of November. Finances have improved a little bit. I've not sold anyone, didn't buy anyone in any of the windows. What I will say is I'm boiling. It's pretty warm outside, but I've gone for the whole I'm in Norway look. Pretending I'm in a cold place. I'm not in a cold place. My balls are sticking to me like, I think this might be a one-off thing. Might back to the t-shirts in the next one. Christ. Anyway, it is the 25th of November and the season's finished. Now, I was at a point on this when I'm thinking double live con for you guys, because we were battling it out for that title. And then the wheels just flew off. Fucking one went that way, one went in through shot window. And and I crashed and died. So yeah, it went tits up way before, and I just knew it wasn't going to be. So there's no double live com. But before we look at the results, what is the live com then? Well, it's a cup final. We've got a cup final. We've got a chance of glory in my first season. Very happy with that. Very happy because I did A-team it against Bold Glimp. That's what I call them. And we beat them 3-1. And we're very good against them, right? But they're neck and neck of us all year and then have won the title. So we're now playing LOLLUJO, who, just to refresh your memory, are in the same position we were last year, 13th, and the same points as well. Wow. So I'm expecting to win that. But let me just talk you through the end of this season. I mean, you can see it's got a bit too traffic light here, but we were still in and amongst it after the draw against Mold, who were 4th, I think, at the time. And then this happened. 2-0 up. Anyway, then we played Valerenga, who we were 2nd, they were 3rd. I beat them. Then we played them. I beat them in a great game, and we won it, right? Nearly ballsed it up, but we won it, right? We're in this. We were well in it. Right? And then we drew against some 3rd team. We were like 10th. Then this happened. I was winning 3-0. And then this happened. So, yeah. Bag of shite. But, you know, nearly got relegated last year, predicted to be 7th. We had a title challenge, and the board actually said to me in the news, well done, very impressed, you're the right man for the job. We cannot wait for the cup final. Good luck to you and the boys. I've never seen anything like that before. I've never paid any attention if that always happens, but I think that's been a fantastic year. And if we can get a bit of money or make some signings, bring in some of my own players, round off the squad, get a bit more depth. No reason why we can't go for a proper title charge next year, but it's that. I think the fatigue, tiredness, lack of depth, because that period there was just unbelievable. So this is a squad before the cup final, arranged by average rating, but I'm really proud of how much, you know, I had to rotate. And there's a couple of players maybe leaving on freeze who I don't really want. I've given contracts out to everyone I do. All the good young players that are already here, that had a year left, I've given them out. Some of our more experienced players who had a year, who have performed, they've got new deals. There's no one leaving or going to be leaving that I don't want to leave. It's just about who I can bring in. And trust me though, decent scout list. It's going to be about, can I pick up a free? Because there's maybe a few. Can I pick up some cheap buys? Because the players aren't that expensive. We'll see. Lads have done well. I mean, where is he? Lars Johan Selas. Love that name. He's got 21 goals in the end. I think that's really good. So fair play to him. I'm gutted about that because Simen Brunner is amazing. He's missing it. I've got another suspension. We've got an injury. We've got a few fatigues. But, you know, we'll see. I feel like we've got a good chance here to win silverware, which I always love to do in my first year, cement something, get that winning mentality into the club. But there's one thing I forgot to talk about, and that's the rules of this league. So when you win it, you go into the Champions League, but you got to qualify. If you go 2nd, you got to qualify for the Europa League. If you come 3rd, same thing. So that's quite good. 4th, I'm guessing they're waiting for the cup final. So if we lose the cup final, I'm guessing LOLLUJO will get that. And if we win it, whoever's 4th, is it Mulder? They'll win it. So yeah, number of teams, 30 games, nice, easy peasy little league to play in, right? A lot of similar rules with stuff. It's squad registration. When you go straight onto it, you're like, wow, that is complex, but it doesn't end up being as bad as you think. I'm not going to read through it all. Feel free to pause it. It's above my head somewhere and read it yourself. There's a lot, but yeah, it was all right. I've genuinely really enjoyed it. Nice and easy, quick, competitive little league. On the edge of my seat, angry a bit where we fell off, but kind of understand it as well with who we are and where we're at. But I can see a lot of promise and hope in this team, and I'm very excited for season 2. But I want to go into season 2 with some silverware. So let's get to that final. So welcome to Oslo, to the Norwegian National Stadium. This has been the home of a few clubs. I don't know if it is at the minute, but it is home of the Norway national team and the home of the Norwegian Cup, and that's what we're in. Missing a big player in Bruma, but hopefully we can do enough. So yeah, honestly, sweating cobs, as my grandma used to say. I like playing these as well, because if you know my channel and you know the history of it, they like Denton Villa, don't they? Black and yellow. Gotta like that, haven't you? But anyway, we're not the black and yellow, no. We like the navy. Now, the logo on the shirt is navy. I was reading into that. Why isn't the logo on the shirt navy, but it's red? The logo, it's like a little flag in it. Well, it's red again now. I think they changed it for a bit. No one liked it. They've gone back to it being red now, I think, in real life. Right, come on, boys. Go on. Why did he pass that then? Back to Michelle. Why did he just hit that? It's time to plug the Sub Squad pod. Have you not checked it out yet? I know it's about an hour long, but it's a podcast, and honestly believe you'll enjoy listening to it. My audio's a bit shit for the first 10 minutes. I don't know why, and it sorts itself out. No idea why. Technology and me don't go well together, as you might know if you've ever watched episode 11 of this series. But it was so much fun. It's 4 guys just chatting about Football Manager, football, taking the mickey, having a laugh. Really enjoyable, I think. I mean, listen to some pods and they're a bit serious, but I think we talk about stuff. Some of it's interesting, but honestly, go and give it some support. At least give it a view for 30 seconds to help it out, and a thumbs up and a comment if you did enjoy it. So anyone who has, I appreciate it. Anyone who's going to, I appreciate it. Now, I've got a lot of work on as well this week, but I'm going to try and get the next episode of this out in a couple of days, because there he is, Lars Johan Silas. 1-0. Yeah, because I really want to, and I think the season's quite easy to get through. Like I said, though, I've been a bit busy. I was running a bit behind because last night I had a allotted time slot to play it and finish the season off. I took my little lad to bed and fell asleep with him. So I managed to do a few games last night. I had to get up early at 5 a.m. this morning, play a few games. I actually took my laptop with me to work. So I played a game, left the house, holidaying towards the next game while I drove to work. Got to work. Then luckily, go on for get it. Oh! Yeah, luckily they changed my duty, so I got to sit around for half an hour. So I was like, brilliant. They were like, you alright with that? Yeah, you're going to pay me to sit around for half an hour, and I've got my laptop in the car. That sound. So I got back to the car, played a bit more. Got back to the car when I finished, played a game quickly, then holidayed to the next game while I drove home. Finished it off, and now we're here. So I'm hoping, I ain't got a lot of time, I'm hoping I'm going to be able to make this episode and get it out to you today, which is a Wednesday. We'll see. But anyway, we're winning, which is the most important thing. Have you also noticed you just don't get anything, do you? No, it's weird at first, because you're just used to him saying stuff, just bits of information here and there, like they're doing something here, or have you thought about that, or this, or change this player, or you should have finished that, mate. But I am a little worried here. I know they're 13th, but we were last year, so I don't know if that means a lot. It's just the way we've kind of gone off it towards the end of the season. Way we've, in 2 of them games in the last, 6 games, we've had a 2-goal lead and lost 3-2, or a 3-goal lead and lost, for fuck's sake, and lost 4-3. So I've gone from confident to being a bit, come on, boys. Come on. I do like the colours, though. I do like that kit as well. Oh, lovely ball. Here's Nilsson on the right-hand side. It's like old days at Ajax. What a finish, Lars. I'm so hard. My nipples are gonna fall off. Seriously, sweating my balls off. I just thought the look would be good for the whole Norwegian theme. I've been in hot countries pretty much. Yeah, Poland. They don't want this cold. Norway can get cold, can't it, in the winter? But anyway, lovely place. Oh yeah, Thomas Tuchel's just got sacked. Let me know what you think about that, especially if you're a Chelsea fan. And anyway, into injury time, I've made 3 late substitutions. I'm happy with that. You know I like silverware. I'm really happy that I B-teamed it to a semi-final. This team that nearly got relegated, B-teamed it, no signings, to a semi-final. We beat the best team in the country in the semi-final, and we just won that final. Got ourselves a trophy. We can build on this. I'm very excited for this series, me. Very excited. I've got that new energy again. New place, new club. Love it. Well, there we are. 866 games. I just got a nice little achievement. Entered the Worldwide Hall of Fame. Damn right I have. Norwegian Cup winners, but I want that title next year. And I think this squad's obviously good enough. We just need that little extra bit, don't we? Just to push us over that line so we don't collapse when the pressure gets to us, or the tiredness, and we need that strength in depth. But yeah, I really like that. I'd love to know what you think. There we are at Viking. Look at that. 1 season at Rosario Central. It was half a season, wasn't it? 1 season at River. Yeah. Now I'm at Viking. I'm going to stay here for a little bit, definitely. Won 2 managers a month. I don't know if they have manager of the year, though. Can't see it on the list. But very happy. Wow, what a season, mate. Take us absolutely anywhere. We are a tag team, aren't we? Any level, any country, any weather. And we'll succeed. We always do well. That's why I love working together with you. Apart from that time this year, halfway through the season, when the cones were getting a little bit iced up and snowy, and you decided to lick one and got stuck to it. I'd take it to the hospital. It's not Dumb and Dumber. Although I am a bit dumb and you are definitely dumber. But yeah, apart from that, success really. The board are happy with us, the fans love us, the players are great. Yeah, I like it here. I'm going to keep my head down now and prepare for next season. And that's what you're going to do, innit? You're not going to a party. You've got to keep a low profile. It's a masked ball. A what? A naked sex Viking party. Shit. Just don't get yourself into any trouble. Don't get spotted. Keep your face covered. Christ. And enjoy yourself, mate. No, I'm not coming. I'm staying here. I'm grafting. Actually, I'm going to have a cup of cocoa. Put my feet up by the fire and cuddle my trophy.